What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Today I actually have something that I've been messing around with for a few days and I love it. Like, it's so good. The lifesteal on this is insane and the damage. If you end up liking this and you want me to find some more builds or want a full gameplay of this in action, then throw the video a like, dislike it if you don't, but let's just jump in. Now, I actually found this build after I played against some subscribers in solo queue, and one called DVUS I think asked if I'd seen it before. I hadn't, so I fired up my stream and I just sat there like literally playing this all night. Sneaky has played it as well, so has Imp over in Korea, and I think it's pretty awesome actually, but when I tell you what it is, you're probably going to think I'm nuts. Now, Runaans has always been a no-go on VAYNE really, because the silver bolts don't apply on the 3 bolts from the Runaans, because the most obvious synergy doesn't work. Everyone, including me, just kind of thought it was bad. Well, actually, we can make this work in a really sick way. There are 2 variations of the build that I've been trying out. Both are pretty good, and both are with Warlord's Bloodluster Keystone. So the first build is Runaans, Blade of the Ruined King, Shiv or Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, and then Bloodthirster or Mercurial Scimitar to finish. The other one is a BF sword into Runaans, Infinity Edge, then Shiv or Phantom Dancer, and then Bloodthirster or Mercurial. It's kind of a difference in order really, and one with or without Blade of the Ruined King. Let's just go over why this is overpowered though. So we'll throw up the Runaans stats on the screen so you can see it. 40% attack speed, move speed, crit. The 15 on hit is always nice anyway, to be honest. The 3 bolts, so the 3 attacks do not apply the silver bolts, the W damage, but the W does still apply on your main target. It doesn't mess it up or anything like that. What we do get out of it though is the Warlord's lifesteal plus your other lifesteal from items applied to all 3 targets. All 3 targets can get crit as well. It applies the Shiv damage to everyone, applies the Blade of the Ruined King percentage health damage to everyone, which by the way also gives extra lifesteal back. We're going to be breaking down the build and stuff properly, but this is what the build gives us in a nutshell. So the normal build is like loads of attack speed, just high single target damage, still kite like a monster like normal, and you play it like normal. That is kind of just a standard stuff. The difference with building this though on top of all that stuff is we get loads of extra life steal, so healing from 3 targets, not just 1 anymore. Loads of crit, we get 80% with this build, attacking 3 targets with those crit, and percentage damage if we get blade as well. It's a lot like the normal VAYNE build really, but you're healing more, you're critting more, and you're hitting more people while bending over your main target. And in my opinion, there's not really a reason why you wouldn't get this. You play it kind of normal as well. Like, this is one of the reasons I liked it so much when I picked it up, because I didn't have to change anything really. Like, I played like I normally would, but just healed a bunch more, felt safer, and still did a crap ton of damage. Crit is really hard to work into a VAYNE build because she's short range and has to kind of get stuck in, right? Building crit normally means you sacrifice the defensive side of things and you end up going like full glass cannon. Crit is insane though on her. It's like you already have loads of damage with your bolts, you attack super fast, and now you can pop off like 600 crits per auto as well. It's nasty. With this, you don't have to like sacrifice anything at all, which is great. Like, you get the more healing than normal from Warlords on the 3 targets, Blade as well if you get that, plus these big crits. One of the other issues as well is VAYNE is just single target, right? You only attack 1 person and you kill that person very well, but you don't really affect anyone else. Like, Lucian can hit more than 1 person with his Q, or Jin for example. This kind of helps that in a way, because all of a sudden you're hitting your main target and destroying them, but you're also going to be critting 2 others at the same time, and that is a lot of damage added up. Anyway, so my favorite build at the moment is the Blade of the Ruined King one. It feels kind of like a normal one. It took me less time to get used to, plus I think you're safer and you can do a bit more earlier into the game. That would be Runaans first, then Blade, then Shiv or Phantom Dancer, rounding out with Infinity Edge or Bloodthirster and Mercurial. Now personally, I think this gives you heavy attack speed, which rounds into crit, more crit damage, and then more lifesteal later. Early you're going to have the Warlords and the Blade lifesteal, right? It's really easy to stay alive. Like, your damage from your W is going to carry you. Then once you get Shiv, then that kind of supplies a bit more burst damage, more crit chance as well. Infinity Edge after gives you the increased crit damage. Now you have loads of crit chance, like more crits, and Bloodthirster to never die, or Mercurial to cleanse crowd control and also heal you a bit more. I've actually been maxing my Q and then W, by the way, on VAYNE. Now this is kind of personal preference, I guess. Like, Q has been buffed a few times and is better now with AD as well, so better with the crit build, but like, it's also kind of more pressure in lane and better for trading because you can use it more often and reposition more. You can also put like 3 points into Q and then max your W for a bit more team fight damage earlier into the game, or just max your W straight away if you want to like farm the lane out rather than fight more. These are my masteries as well. Again, the whole point is taking Warlord's Bloodlust. This is what makes this overpowered, but apart from that, it's pretty standard. Like, standard runes as well, unless you're feeling ballsy and you want to take like more attack speed in your blues or something. The other build is going for more crits early really. You attack slower and it feels a bit more clunky. It's not like the standard VAYNE, I think, but it does more damage overall, and your Q seriously hurts as well. So it would be BF sword then into Runaans first. So BF is like way more aggressive, like maxing Q here as well, and it does a ton of damage. Just auto and Q trades are enough to leave a mark for sure. After Runaans, it's going to be Infinity Edge. We're playing paying more for crits here and just going like glass cannon, but we have the increased healing from Warlords. It's full damage, but not as risky as normal, basically. After that, Phantom Dancer is a bit better over a longer fight, better versus divers like an Aurelia or like killing a tank, really, but Shiv is better against lower health targets for burst. The Shiv damage can crit as well, which is disgusting, and like it's good wave clear. That is 80% crit now with those items, and enough to like ruin it damage wise for sure. Rounding it out like with a Bloodthirster for more lifesteal plus more crit damage, or Mercurial is lifesteal and cleansing, crowd control. Guardian Angel even will be fine here as well. It plays more like a Jinx or Tristana, I guess, but with the added stuff naturally in Vayne's kit, like more auto damage and just crit is king. I think it's a little bit more risky. I'm not really going to drag this out to be a super long video or anything like that. Like basically this is overpowered with Warlord's Bloodlust and the Runaans Hurricane, because you're going to be life stealing from 3 targets while dishing out a crazy amount of damage and critting everyone. That is the build in a nutshell, and I absolutely love it right now. I'm not saying like it's massively better than our other builds, but in my opinion it gives her a ton of damage and more survivability, which is really what you want. Vayne doesn't need to go full damage to kill people. Like she has so much damage packed into her kit like naturally, and then she just needs to kind of survive. Like this gives her that. In lane you're still going to be doing some decent damage as well. You get attack speed from Runaan's components or the BF for a better trade if you go that route. Team fights, you're still attacking the closest target. You don't have to mix anything up, even though yes you can crit 3 people, lifesteal from 3 people. Like you don't have to do anything special for that. You attack one like normal and you shred them, and the added benefits from this build just kind of work by itself. Nothing you actually have to do. Anyway, try out this build, let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but for now let's go to the robots.